gonna give y'all a little bit of what I'm seeing right now. Let y'all see what the view is like for me on my balcony. Praise to the Father. Even had this opportunity to be here where we just vibing. Where we just vibing, man. You know? Man, beautiful. You look that, I'm gonna point it down the other way. See? Well, we just vibing, bro. Look. Come on, man. Give y'all some couple zoom looks, man. But we just, you know what I'm saying? We just vibing, bro. I don't think y'all can see the magnificence. Look at that view, bro. I don't think you can understand what I'm talking about. You probably can't because it's like layers of mountains out there. I don't even know if they all coming through to the phone. When I tell you it's something different, it's something different. So once again, this is Aqaba. This is the Gulf of the Red Sea. We just here vamping in our little room, man, right off the balcony. Right out the balcony, my boy. So tomorrow we go on the tour Petra. What you say? Huh? Say it louder. Oh, you want to come? Okay. You could come. What you think, baby? Should we let them come?
Yes.
They could come. We're gonna let y'all come, man. Alright, now it's time to get down to this, what I've been telling y'all I'm gonna get down to, man. About these populations, man. About are we a nation, man? Whole day and sun coming. Excuse me if I got any food on my mouth. You know, I just got done eating some Tekka chicken, right? That was fire, bro. Fire for real. Good seasoning. Good seasoning, man. Might be the second, third best thing I had since I've been here. I don't even be eating like this, but I had like some this lentil soup and this quinoa stuff, bro. And I tell you, somebody I know hooked it up so good, it was so fire, man. Seasoned to a T. Brought back childhood memories for real. But let's get to it, man. I've been holding y'all in suspense for way too long. And I know my voice probably echoing. It's probably making a boom, speaker box effect. And everybody down there on the patio can hear me. But they gonna get this work today. So, last night, man, I was just looking up, man, what's a third world country? What qualifies as a third world country? And I'm looking on the list. Just the camera leave me. My tripod a little shaky, my fault. It's got the wind going. If my tripod was to use two hands, it might be a little bit more easier for. You don't gotta have them floating. Try and get somewhere that's comfortable. Well, okay, that's cool. I guess you just resting up. I'm just trying to get you some support so your arm don't get tired. But I just want your arm to get tired. All right, that's a good tripod. Thank you. So, like yesterday, I was looking up what constitutes a third world country. And there was a bunch of different definitions and a bunch of different things they were saying. But they really said it's based on the time. The definition is really based on the time that it's referring to. So when the term was initially coined, it came from a guy who was using the term based on alliances. So all the Western European nations and the United States and Japan and that alliance, those were considered first world countries. Those were the NATO countries. And then all the other countries that were like bloc or like communist countries and stuff like that, they were considered bloc countries. And those were considered second world countries. And then after that, so if you was in the communist bloc, you were considered a second world country. And then after that, they had third world countries, and third world countries were pretty much anybody that wasn't in those two groups. They consider those countries to be third world countries. So let's see. So now, but So we're not talking about what's the third world country, what's the first world country. I was just looking that up because I'm here in Jordan, and I'm saying like, man, I see a lot more development here than some other countries. But even though it's more developed, there may be other countries that I would rather live in, only because other countries are more self-sustaining. And I was looking at the index that really determines, or that they use to determine if something is a third world countries. And a lot of the countries that I would have preferred to be in were lower on the index or lower on the chart. And the index that I'm referring to is called the Human Development Index. And it basically talks about, it is based on like the poverty level of the country, um, the economic stability of the country and stuff like that. So um, the higher the number, the better. So so I'm in Jordan, and I can't tell you statistically, I can't tell you where exactly where it's at, but Jordan is pretty high up on the list, right? But then I see some areas in Jordan aren't as developed as others. So it's just interesting, these terms and these lists can really be can kind of be manipulated based on how certain things are reported. I would believe, I would guess, but um, I just thought it was interesting. I'm just looking at the numbers with the actual population. So I'll give y'all some examples about the people on the lowest. I'll give you the lowest human development, the lowest on the Human Development Index. So Somalia, 0. Tuvalu, 0. Niger, 0.354. All right, Central Africa, 0.367. South Sudan, 0.338. Now that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the lowest 5. South Sudan, right? And now in Niger, now I'm going to give y'all the populations, right? So Somalia was at the bottom of the list. They got about that. These are rough. I'm not gonna give y'all the exact population number. I'm just gonna give y'all the estimation. So the 2022 population for Somalia is about 17.5 million, right? Tuvalu, second lowest on the list, is 11,312 people there. So now you look at the differences in that population. You got to say, well, hey, it's probably 11,000 people living in Somalia living way better than those 11,000 people in Tuvalu. So, excuse me, you got to keep in mind that these lists are based on different population numbers. But I'm gonna get to why this led me to the "Are We a Nation" topic in half a second. Just y'all bear with me. So now, Central Africa, third lowest on the list, 5.5 million. South Sudan, fifth lowest on the list, 10.9 million. Okay. Now this is population. Now I'm gonna jump up the list. I'm gonna jump all the way to the beginning of the list. I mean to the highest on the list. Now Norway is coming in at 0.953, almost a perfect 1.0. Is the highest on the list, and the population of Norway is 5.4 million. Right? Not a lot of people. There's states in America that have more people than 5.5 million. A lot of states. There's cities in America that have more people than 5.4 million. A lot of cities in America. And I say a lot of very subjectively, but many cities in America have more people than 5.4 million. You're not vibing? I'm getting a little stale face. All right, okay, you vibing? All right, I'm talking to you. See, Grace thought I was talking to her. Now I'm talking to you. I'm asking, are you vibing? All right, I will be vibing, man. There we go. Switzerland, 0.944. Now, the closer you get to 1, the more developed your country is, right? The more developed, the higher the Human Development Index is. So Switzerland, number 2 on the list for the most developed countries in the world. They got 8.7 million people. Not many people at all. So I'm gonna do a comparison. Let's see how many people live in Atlanta, Georgia right now, where I currently live. Let's see how many people live in Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia population. Give me a sec, bear with me. I'm on that Wi-Fi. So in Atlanta, Georgia, we have about 500,000 people living in the city. But we know the way Atlanta is actually set up, that it's there's Atlanta, then there's the greater Atlanta area, and most of the people live and the greater Atlanta area in the state. So I'm just gonna go Georgia population. Instead of just looking at Georgia, I'm gonna go, me Atlanta, I'm gonna look at the Georgia population. So Georgia population, as of 2020, it says there's 10.7 million people in Georgia. Now, so that means that Georgia has enough people in it to technically, let me see, where was I at? Did I lose my other? All right. Georgia has more people in it than some nations. So Georgia has more people in it than Norway. Georgia has more people in it than Switzerland. And see, I don't think we understand the scale of the nations in our country. I mean, the scale of nations in this world and what it really means to be a nation. So if Georgia has 10 million people, Norway has 5.4 million people. Why is Georgia a state and not a nation? Why is Norway a nation and not a state? These are questions you gotta ask. But we really know what it's about. It's about the people. It's about the people, and I'm gonna get to it in half a second. So Australia, number three on the list. Australia coming in at 0.939 with 26 million people. Ireland coming in at 0.938, fourth on the list, fourth highest on the list at 5 million people. So 3 out of the 4 top on the list have less people in it than the state of Georgia. Now, we're gonna go to Germany. Germany, 83 million people. That's Germany booming, Germany popping. So it must be a pretty high standard of living. But we also know that Germany is also pretty homogenous because of activities that happened in the past and stuff like that. So it's really just really majority one people living in a nation. It's not a mix. It's not a melting pot. It's not a mixing pot. But America has a melting pot, a mixing pot. You have people living way above poverty line, people living below the poverty line. So now let's look at the population of the United States. And this is just stuff you gotta look at. It's stuff I like to look at. I like to research. I like to just take thought. And there's no right or wrong answer. There's no right or wrong about what I'm saying. I just want to talk about it with you, see what you think. I just want to get your mind going a little bit. You know, let's get the juices flowing for real. So let's go to Let's go to U.S. population. Let's see how many people live in the United States. All right. Also, I am gonna get the index for the U.S. too, just so y'all can get a good idea where we are. So, U.S. and world population clock. Clicking on this first. Oh. So right now, the U.S. has 333 million people living in it. Okay, 333 million people. Let's see about the black population. What's the black population in the United States? See, now you saw what you'll notice is when you go try to look at the black population in the United States, it's gonna be very hard to find concrete numbers. If I put any other country up, it's gonna be big and bold right here at the top. If I put black population for Jamaica, it's gonna be big and bold right there at the top. One number. I gotta look for this. So watch this. Now they telling me Mississippi, 38.2%. This might be backwards for y'all. They telling me Louisiana, 33%. Why they don't want to tell us? Why don't they want to tell us? It's something we gotta think about. Something we gotta think about. So now, right here it says black population in the U.S., 49.6 million. 49.6 million. That sounds like a nation to me. That sounds like 5 times a nation to me. They just told you, it's like, how many people in Norway? Go back. 5 million people? That's 10 times the population of Norway. See, and that's just the black people here. That's not Jamaica. That's not Trinidad. That's not South America. That's not Brazil. That's not black people living in Mexico. That's not black people. That's not the black people that's like us living in Africa. So just think about how many black people really is. So now you gotta say, hey, if we got that many black people, why we ain't a nation? Is this many? We not a nation? Something don't sound right, coach. What would it take for us to be a nation? What would we have to do? Do we want to be a nation? Do we have the order to be a nation? Can we even agree? We can't agree in our neighborhood. How we going to agree as a world population? How we going to agree as a nation? What do we stand for? What is something we can put a vote on that we feel represents our population well as a whole? See, we don't have that. We're missing that. But I'm telling y'all, y'all are a nation. We are a nation. Main difference is we don't believe we're a nation. We don't believe we're a nation. But it's a reason for that. They said that it would be a lost people. And you don't have to look far to see. You don't even have, we don't have to open up no scriptures. We ain't got to, do no algebra. We ain't got to do no physics, no calculus. All you got to do is say, dang, look around. What people in the world know exactly where they are, but they still lost? Normally, my tripod getting tired, y'all. I'm about to wrap it up. Normally, when you lost, you don't know where you at. You driving and you down the road, like, man, I ain't never seen this freeway. You looking at street signs? Nah, but you go outside right now, you know exactly what street you on, you know what neighborhood you in, you know what country you in, you know your address, you know your grandma's address, you know where your school at. But one thing you don't know is who you are. It's because you lost. The Bible only references one lost people. You go to any other nation, any other group of people, and they think they know exactly who they are. Us, they say we from a continent. They didn't even give us a country. Excuse me. They could at least say we from Senegal. They could at least say we all came from Sierra Leone. They could have said we all came from Ghana. We all came from Niger. We all came from Nigeria. They could have said we all came from Mali, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Congo, Republic of Congo, Egypt, Sudan, Libya. I know I'm missing something. South Africa. Anyway, I'm just saying this, man. There's a reason why they didn't say that. Because if they said, nah, you came from Madagascar, you would have been on the first boat out. Madagascar? Bet. And then we would have been what? A nation. And they know wherever we are, just look around. Wherever we are in the world, that's what's popping. Why? Because we are the salt. So anyway, I ain't even wanted to go this way. I was just gonna talk about if we should be a nation. But it just ended up going this way. So gotta go with the spirit. So I just wanted to come with y'all to that, man. Every time I do a little vlog, dog, I kind of want to get y'all a little bit of info, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of meat to chew on. Y'all can leave the bones if y'all want. Damn, what's the bones? This view. What's this bones? This shirt I'm wearing. That's the bones. Leave the bones at the door. It don't mean nothing. What's the bones? This hotel. What's the meat? Everything I'm kicking to. So, y'all stay up, man. Y'all stay good, man. I'm gonna get back with y'all tomorrow. We going to Petra, man. We about to go into the castle that's built inside the mountainside, bye. People where I'm from don't get to go to that castle, bye. Petra. Look it up. Google it. Matter of fact, don't even look it up. I'm gonna show you. If y'all wanna come. How much the ticket is? Tickets is man, I went to the concierge. He started crazy money for the tour. How much the jet bus say it was?
It's $18 per person.
Okay, 18 Jordanian dollars. So if you do 18 times 1.4.1, that's the exchange rate. That's how many US dollars it is. So 18 Jordanian. So all y'all that get to watch this video, Y'all owe me 18 Jordanian a piece, all right? Tomorrow, we going on a tour. Make sure, hey, if you under 18, make sure you get your permission slips. Don't show up without no permission slip. I'm telling you. And make sure you got your money. You don't deal with cash no more. I ain't got no card swipe, but you can hit my cash app in the description below. Nah, this brother with y'all, man. Ain't no cash app in the description, man. This one is on me, man. This one is on me. So y'all stay tuned. I'ma post a vloggy vlog. And we gonna get to it. Alright, one.
Hey, you deserve the best, make sure you get the best. Just go do your part, your shot, go get the rest.